We're here in Newbury representing the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm here representing Berkshire Youth. It's a very, very important, I think it's a very, very important issue that needs to be addressed. Good turnout, and yeah, I just hope it's going to be peaceful. And yeah, the message is Black Lives Matter. Of course, all lives matter, but right about now, it's about Black Lives Matter. It's awareness. I mean, we could go on and on about all sorts of issues that are happening around the world, but right now, for black people, I think this is really important, and this is a great time for us to show that we are equal.
We're here in solidarity with everything that's going on at the moment. Obviously, these protests started in the US, and we're just doing everything we can here in Newbury to show our support. It's a huge issue. It's not something we can ignore anymore.
Yeah, and I think we also want to acknowledge that the UK isn't innocent in this, and we have just as much right to protest against this as the people in the US. And things like this happen every day there. So
people are going to listen to us. Thank you so much for coming.
That's all right.
Thank you everyone for keeping social distancing rules during the march. But could you all spread out, please? Thank you. Coronavirus isn't going to wait.
Neither's racism.
Neither is racism. But we're not waiting either. So I saw something that really shocked me. When we did our interview with the Newbury Weekly News, someone said, why are we protesting during coronavirus? Well, the real question is, why should we have to?
As you can see, quite clearly, I'm white. I was born white, and I will die white. And I will never know the privilege I have to not worry about how my skin colour could change how people treat me.
Just growing up in this environment, being in the minority, has been very hard. My sister was hospitalised due to racial bullying in this very county, yet we still hear that people don't recognise it as an issue. Whilst I've been angry and upset about it, we also need to realise that to move forward we need to be responsive, and we need to respond in the right way. And the right way for me is the message of the gospel of love and justice, listening to each other, being quick to listen, being slow to anger, and it's really important to fight against injustice the right way. The song is about what God says we are, because some people can tell you you're rubbish, and sometimes I've listened to that, but I'm not rubbish.
Amen.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. I'm 14 years old and I'm stepping up, and I'm telling you that
Black Lives Matter. There is a lot of people here today, and I love you all for being here today. You guys are all beautiful, you guys are all strong, and you guys are all standing on the right side of history today. To all the white faces out here, you guys are beautiful. You guys don't stand for racism, you're fighting against racism. So I thank you. I am tired of being called words that slaves were called. I am tired that you can tell me that it's a joke. I am tired of police officers being let off because they killed a black man or a black woman. I don't no longer want to be tired. I want to be happy. I want to feel free.
Let me ask you all a question. Why are we protesting today? Why are we risking our health and our safety today? It's not an excuse to meet with our friends and family. It's not an excuse to leave the house during lockdown. And it's most definitely not an excuse to take pictures for Instagram with trendy hashtags. Nah. You're here today to exact justice for those who were wronged. The Eric Garners, Oscar Grants, Trayvon Martins, Belly Mujingas, the George Floyds, and everyone.
Thank you so much for coming, everybody. This shows the real spirit of Newbury, and I am amazed by the young people who have organised this all by themselves. We want Newbury to be a town where people feel included, and West Berkshire. We want Newbury to be a place where we have an anti-racism understanding between all of the citizens of Newbury.
Our education system and curriculum teaches us a whitewashed and censored version of our history, and the media distort its depiction of current events. Why? To create a facade that racism is no longer a problem, and to dilute the gravity of our ongoing struggle by brainwashing each generation. I'm white Asian, half Indian, half British, and I was not born in this country. When I was in primary school, I used to cry to my grandma wishing I was all white, wanting to scrape the brown off my skin because I got called tacky, an immigrant, or that I smelled like curry, or to get out of this country.
And all lives cannot matter until black lives matter. So everybody here, but particularly the white members of the community, go out, educate yourself.
I'm a human being.
Yes, and we're all human beings. Look at black history, read about the suffering, educate yourself.
So when I was little, my parents used to read me a book about Martin Luther King. They used to read it to me every night. And I remember thinking, oh, so his dream came true. I don't think it has, but it has to come true at some point. So everyone's heard of George Floyd. And I think you'd all agree that he was the last murder that we're going to allow, ever. And we didn't even allow it. It happened because we couldn't do anything. Enough is enough. It's enough. It's enough. Remember everyone who died, who was fought for this cause, like Martin Luther King. Okay.
As someone who's high risk, I couldn't go to the London protests because it wouldn't really be acceptable, and obviously catching coronavirus as an asthmatic is a lot more serious. And so I spoke to my friend Liv, who was also like, well, let's do one here. There's so many people in that situation here, people who can't travel because of coronavirus. And Newbury might just be a small town, but realistically there's a lot of people here who can make a big difference. We got so much help from the council, from all the different political parties, and kind of just came together really, really well. We honestly thought 10 to 15 people would come. We couldn't have wished for better, really. You know, there was no trouble, and the police were really helpful with us.
We saw that there were protests all over the country, and the closest one was in Reading, and that's really far away, and we felt like we wanted to make a difference, but if we couldn't go to the one in Reading, we'd sort of bring our own one here and make our own one. So yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 16, and even if people didn't come here, we had so much online support, which was also amazing. It's just amazing to see what two teenagers wanted to do, we could actually get done.